Namaskar and welcome to Golden Epaulets podcast by Pilots for Pilots. My name is Ronak and today's episode is indeed very, very special for me. Not just because I have a very dear friend on board here with us, but also she is the first female guest on our podcast. I am so glad and I am so looking forward to speak with Captain Priya Jain. Hello, Captain Priya. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much.
Thank you for being
Thank
here.
you
It
for
means a lot.
inviting me.
Thank you. It means a lot that you're here. The maternity journey, like the maternal journey, becoming a mum while flying, what kind of challenges did that present?
There were so many challenges. I'm like, health wise, also, there were so many challenges.
Due to flying.
Before conceiving, also, I underwent infertility issues because of flying, which I myself wasn't aware of till the time we as a couple decided that, just go for it. It's the right time. The bio clock is ticking in. So we should at least start planning. Because I got the job late, so we planned for the baby late. In 2015, I got married and I conceived my first child after 5 years. But during that 5 years, for almost 2 years, we were trying. And when nothing was happening, we got to know that I'm having some infertility issue because of flying. So, this, I think, women are not aware of that flying takes a toll on a female body more than a male, because either which ways female body is quite complicated and you are going against the nature, up in the away from the gravity, so it does something. I have heard to my cabin crew friends also, they are also facing the same problem, and it is quite stressful. The job itself is quite stressful. That adds on to the hormonal impacts it can have on your body. So yeah, I struggled there. After I conceived, then second struggle came in when I was not getting paid,
You were not getting paid.
because until the time you deliver the baby, you are not paid.
Maternity leave
Maternity
starts.
begins after you deliver the baby for 6 months.
So there's a period in which you are bearing the child and you cannot fly
Yes.
and you don't even have a very
Ground job
respectable ground
also.
job also, and your
Yeah.
earnings are like falling from 5 to 6 digits to nothing.
Just nothing. Yeah.
Wow.
So
And
then
you're carrying a child, so
And
that's
you-
stressful.
that is stressful.
Yeah.
Like, you've never been dependent financially on your husband or father, and suddenly you are now.
Suddenly you
So
are,
you feel-
and you have to be.
Yeah.
There's no way out. क्या कर लोगे आप?
So yeah, I believe the industry should look into this
I agree.
altogether.
I
They
agree.
should be little inclusive.
Yeah.
At least they should pay something, if not the full amount.
I feel they should have decent, respectable, low stress profile ground jobs
Yeah,
constructed
maybe.
for all flying crew or ground
Correct.
staff who cannot fly when they are, in their, pregnancy
We
period.
can be offered office desk job.
Decent
Maybe
office
decent
desk
office
job.
desk job.
Like I said, not just any, but
Yeah.
low stress, because you are going through. See, if people expect you to reproduce, if it's a societal norm or
Yeah.
birth rate and everything, it's not like South Korea right now.
Correct.
So I think there should be provisions in
They
place
should
for
be
that.
inclusive enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there should be provisions enough to take that forward as well. Not one challenge after the other. Because I feel the biological clock itself, the biology itself, the way we are today and the infertility
True.
is rising is a challenge in itself. And I don't know why. I don't know why it
Like,
is.
I've seen in corporate offices also, there are breastfeeding rooms, daycare rooms. I've never seen that at airport, any of the airports.
Yeah.
And like, forget
Absolutely.
about pilots, but the ground staff must be reproducing, right?
Yeah.
And they are having odd job.
Yeah.
Because it's an airlines job,
Yeah.
airport job. So they are working at odd hours. That at least these facilities should be there.
I agree. So
That psychological support should be there from the society.
whichever way you can offer support and
Yeah.
then expect women to be reproducing comfortably or not that the reproduction part not
And then,
taking a toll.
some of the elder male pilots think we are not competent enough.
Oh, elder male pilots.
Yeah.
Uh,
After all this we go through, they slip in such sentences
in between the lines.
in between the lines.
So this generation is good.
This generation is really good.
Really good, yeah.
Yeah,
But you're talking of
the elder ones. Sometimes I'm like, I have also faced it. But what to do? How to change that mentality?
well, I think with the way the scenario is changing, they better learn to adapt because sooner or later
They have to.
have to with I think
And with the resilience and perseverance of the women today, Indian women specifically, where we are 26%, I suppose, pilots are increasing day by day, in the numbers. They have to be.
trust me, ours is not going down. Ours is not going down.
True.
It's only gonna go up. So, you know,
They need to learn.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of people can step up their games and be more inclusive of us, not just because of, So, Captain Priya, writing, apart from flying and motherhood, is a very important part of your life.
It is.
It is, right? When did that start and how does that impact you?
So I started writing when I was in 11th grade.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know I was able to write a poem. I still remember my English teacher gave me a topic to write about. It was ragging that time. And I ended up writing a poem. And then she read it and she was like, you have something in you.
Something special.
Maybe. Some talent in you. And you should cultivate it. So she started giving me topics to write about. And from there, my writing poetry journey started. But it ended also. I wrote around 27 poems. My grandfather, he published a book of it.
Oh, wow.
I'm like printed, not published.
That's so
He
sweet.
just collected the collection of the poems. And he was like, let's print it and distribute to our friends and, family.
Sweet.
Just to encourage you. But that it dead. It was dead after that. I didn't continue writing every day or like that. But the time when I wasn't getting the job, writing was a therapy for me. I used to write diary. I used to express all my emotions in the diary. And that cleared a lot of things. It used to mellow me down. I used to be more faithful, hopeful. It gave me positivity and kept me going.
Journaling. Journaling as they call it today, yeah.
Yeah. And these days, the people go to counselings and all, and they also tell you to write. But I didn't know that time that it is acting as a therapy. And then when I became pregnant with the first child, that time I wrote a book, like a manuscript. And on that book, I was working from last 3 years. So when I joined this leading career, I saw passengers passing by on the aerobridge used to ask me very silly questions. According to me, they were silly. The very basic questions. And my friends, family also, they started asking me. Now she's into airlines, a pilot. We can ask her,
Yeah.
But their questions were quite generalized for me. I'm like, इतना तो यार पता ही होता है लोगों को. But they were not quite aware of it.
Yeah.
And that's when I thought, why not to write something for the general public?
Excellent.
Because aviation is very less explored by the general public.
Yes, absolutely.
Like they think the pilot's life is very glamorous.
Right.
And I haven't seen anybody listening to safety instructions very religiously. Because they don't know the reason behind why she's telling you to put on the seatbelt during takeoff time, or why she's telling you to put off your phones,
Yeah.
or just to put on the window shields.
Yeah.
They don't know the reason behind
They
it.
take it for
They
granted.
take it for granted because they are not aware of the logic. So I thought of inculcating all those very basic
Nuances.
informations in the format of story.
It's very beautiful.
Yeah. So I made fictional characters into it. So a pilot, aspiring pilot, reading an airline pilot's diary by mistake. He gets the diary and he starts reading it. And now that diary is impacting his current life and changed his life for better.
That's so good.
So that is the theme of the book.
That's amazing. And where's your
Yeah.
book available, please?
It's on Amazon.
It's available on
It's
Amazon.
Amazon.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
And yeah, well, I have a copy. I'd love to. I just bought one today, so I'm gonna go home and I can't wait to read.
Yeah.
So that's so therapy. You're saying writing became therapy for you, whether it was story writing or
Yeah.
poetic writing. It
Yeah.
became therapy for you while you were in high school and while you were pregnant as well. And that
Absolutely.
okay,
Yeah.
and that helped you stay calm, stay focused. That sort of grounded you,
Yes.
right? Okay. Look, Priya, thank you so much for chatting with us.
Thanks
and
a
for
lot.
the audience, I think there's a lot of material which went out there which will benefit a lot of people. Well, I hope you have a lovely second stint at Motherhood
Thanks a lot.
and the book, and I wish you enough and some great flying experiences in the future. And it was truly a delight speaking to you, getting a whiff of your energy and having the conversation with you.
Thank you so much for having you.
You're most welcome.
The experience was really delightful.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Girls, that was the wonderful Captain Priya Jain. Loved the energy, loved everything she had to tell us, the storytelling, the experiences, and the person she is today. You know what to do, where to go, if you want to be an airline pilot like her one fine day. We continue to strive to get more and more educational content and guests on our podcast. Please keep watching Golden Epaulets podcast by Pilots for Pilots.